Guys, we're at Remarkable Rocks today at Kangaroo Island, tourist attraction in the middle of nowhere, no internet, no phone coverage, literally no one lives here. It's in the middle of nowhere, and we're going to look at the Scott Recon release aid. It comes in this box and it's got a nice little thing there you can open up to see what's inside of it, and you can actually open the box and actually pull it out, which is a really good function of the new Scott releases, because in the old ones you couldn't actually open them and actually try them. So it's just it's blowing a gale, which is just means it's a really so this is the release aid. Now you can adjust the length through this little screw here on the side, and it's got all the little adjustments here, so you can actually change it. Nicely curved trigger. And you can see here basically a little bit of adjustment, so you've got to hear a bit of travel. It's nicely curved. It feels really comfortable, and actually later on we're going to shoot this release aid. Nice buckle strap, which I really like because it enables you to have the same position every time on your release aid. So this feels nice narrow head on the release aid, high quality release. Price point on this is pretty reasonable, and I'll look up the price for later. You can see it's nice and brass fittings here, and this locks down in place, so it's like a fold away wrist strap. So basically if you're hunting you can fold it up. So nice release aid, nice product, and we'll try it later and we'll adjust the strap and see how well I shoot with it. Okay, so we're going to try out the Scott Recon release aid. Now I think this release aid is going to be easy to use. In Australia this release aid retails for 120, in America 85 American dollars. And I was just looking up some reviews on it, and in fact the one review I saw on this release aid, the guy gave it a 2-star rating. He said the wrist strap fell apart. Now this wrist strap is the same as used on all Scott. I've sold Scott release aids, I must have sold 2,000 easily. I'm gonna say I've never had one fall apart, and yes, it's quite possible one release aid has fallen apart. I cannot recall it, and it hasn't been in the last 5-10 years. So he might have got really unlucky. But what I'm going to say about reviews, if a customer's happy, they generally don't leave a review. If they're annoyed, they'll leave reviews. So one review I saw on this, the guy gave it 2 stars and said the wrist strap fell apart. Now to me this is a high quality release. You can see it, things swivels. This is all high quality parts. This buckle here, it's all held in place. Like I cannot see this being a problem. I think it's going to be comfortable to use. Quality stainless steel parts. To me, I think this is a great release aid, and to me this gets back to that whole thing, you've got to watch the reviews. Like one review out of the number of Scott release aids sold is not a good indication that this is a problem release aid. I mean, it may be, but I just don't think that's the case, and I certainly have never had a problem with Scott, and this is the same wrist release. I've been selling this release aid for, well, it feels like forever. Never had a problem with any, haven't had any returned. So now the buckle strap, not as comfortable as a Velcro strap, but more repeatable than a Velcro strap. So I always prefer a Velcro strap. You can count the number of buckle holes you're on. Now this is a bit of trial and error for me. I'm going to try the 3rd buckle hole. You generally don't want it too tight on your wrist, and you want your finger behind the trigger when you draw back. If you draw back with your finger on this trigger, you're going to punch it off and punch yourself in the mouth. So that's the first thing. So just on reviews, my courier, the people who deliver my parcels around Australia, he probably picks up from me about 30-40 parcels a day. Beautiful, lovely guy, comes into my shop probably 4 times a day picking up parcels. He gets paid $1 a parcel to drop them off to people's houses. And if you go and look at the reviews on courier companies and on the postal service, you'll see they're really poor. Most of them struggle out of 5 stars to get 1.5. And it's because when you get your parcels delivered, you generally don't leave a good review. You generally just take it for granted. Now with Fastway, this is the company I'm talking about, I have never lost a parcel. I don't think I have, and they have $1,000 insurance if I do, and they've always paid if I have lost. So I've been using them for a number of years and have been extremely good. I think one of their trucks did catch on fire. There was a road crash up in Queensland 2 years ago. So, but they paid, I think there was 2 parcels in that truck that crashed, but they paid out and no problems. So just be careful of the reviews, and I think this will be comfortable to load. So what generally makes a release aid comfortable to reload is if you move this trigger back from the head. A lot of companies will move the trigger forward because it moves your anchor point forward, and so you can basically have a longer draw length and get more speed for 3D, but not as comfortable to shoot. So to load, very simple to load. You've got to pull the trigger to open it. A lot of the Scotts are an open close system. This is, you've got to pull the trigger to open it. And that's very much like the True Ball releases. Now to me, that trigger, the amount of travel required is good. It's sensitive, it's not hard to get it off, it's soft. Now at $120, let's just compare it to other release aids on the market. So first off, I'm going to compare it to the Chinese release aids, the real cheap nasty ones at about $30. This is a far better release aid as far as quality, build, how this feels to get the shot off, loadability. The head is much narrower, so far better. Then we jump up to the $50-$60 release aids, like the TrueFire Patriot, the True Ball Stinger. Now they are not bad release aids, but as far as I'm concerned, what I'm getting with the Recon is a better quality head, better quality trigger, better quality wrist strap, and this fold back feature to allow the release aid to fold out the way. So I mean, to me that's a nice feature. It's just out the way. Quality brass fittings in there. I think for the money, this release aid, the Recon, is really nice. I think it shoots well. One of the better release aids I've shot as far as wrist. I'm going to say probably the best release aid I've shot. I find some of the others are either too hair trigger. They don't have enough travel on the trigger. This was just nice. It just felt perfect. So I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. This is a Scott Recon. Give it a try in your local archery shop. I think you'll be impressed. I like the ability to adjust the length. I would probably have this a little bit longer to shoot with, but easy to load, easy to shoot, and I think it's well worth the extra money over the cheaper release aids. So if I had a choice of the $60 release aid or this one, $120, I would choose this, an extra $60, just because I think I'm getting that adjustability. I think the trigger feels better and better quality components in the release aid. But see what you think. So as far as the 2-star review I saw, I don't pay it much. It wouldn't worry me at all. Like, wouldn't worry me. I just think it's I don't even know why the guy would be annoyed, because Scott is a good company. If you did have a problem, they would replace it. So yeah, I think it's good. So I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching. Bye.